G'day traders, welcome to wrap up of Friday the 13th of July. So we got a bounce, so here's the candle that we're talking about. So here we had the real significant push up. You can see, but we bounced off this really quite significant support line at 13.28. Now this becomes really significant. You can see all through here. I mean, it started over here with a bounce off it, push back down off it. So when you got using it as support and resistance, that really consolidates the area. And even in a few other times through in here, we've touched as well, but just basically turned on the dime as far as it was here. We're looking for this level to hold. It did temporarily get under it on the previous day, but you can see the close is above that area, and the market certainly gripped and held and pushed higher. So it's just made this level very significant, really confirmed the upside as far as these buyers are concerned. So getting into the chart, what happened, what we're looking for right at the start of the day, the 1 minute chart might show it a little bit better, is there was a bit of a level at about 13.34, 33, so the market pushed up, and even before the day started we were looking for the upside to continue, because we'd already had that consolidation, or that that bounce off that significant support line. What the market was doing is really starting to gain momentum on the upside. It done a few things in the afternoon beforehand, and there was certainly possibility of it going. So we wanted to get on this uptrend to start off with, look for the market to get to this power point, come back and basically bounce off the top of this previous little bit of a range here, or where the market was within. So what happens is the market normally come away from it, come back and test the top of that area, and then go again. So unfortunately that didn't come off, and you see the market has really pushed up quite strongly. So look at the 5 minute chart here on the left hand side. Not a lot to talk about in the first sort of session or so. We did get a bounce, and I'll talk about this on the 1 minute chart at another level here at 13.40. You can see we've just pushed up and up and up, and it's gone well over 10 points in the first 30-45 minutes of the day, and these buyers are really proving themselves. From here we got a sideways patch here. What we're looking for is, when you get the predictive crossing down like this, looking to see whether, based on other charts and a few other indicators, as far as what I look at a lot as price action, and just seeing support and resistance lines, and seeing how it's reacting at certain areas. So when it got to this area here, looking to see whether the market want to go higher, and it certainly showed signs of doing that. There was a bit of a level here at 13.45.50, which we'll bring up on the 1 minute chart here, but there was certainly an opportunity to sort of buy here and see the market go higher. All the other markets were pushing that way. The only one that was really not so much on the upside was the Russell. I wouldn't say it was down on the downside. It was just slightly breaking these levels here, but all the other markets were really sticking high and looking like they wanted to go higher. From there they've done that. They've broken those highs, pushed up. We got to this lunchtime period, and from there, I guess Friday afternoon's what typically it's just gone very, very sideways. It's a little push up to finish off the day, but from 12 o'clock onwards, nothing really to look at there. So here we are, 1 minute chart. We pushed up, we came back, we bounced off a 13.40 level. Now what I'd say about this 13.40 level is, it doesn't matter how you identify the area, and some people identify different areas as different relevance in the markets, but 13.40 is a fairly significant resistance support area. Okay, so we broke up through it. Some people might look for it to come back and buy there and get a bounce off that level. As far as a strategy, which is fine. Me personally, I don't tend to go at it the first time like that, and this is a very early trend as well. What I would note is that 13.40, after seeing it bounce off it so strongly like that, keep it as a significant area. It's confirmed it. The cash market has confirmed it. And say this market, dilly-dallied around here and then came back down lower or something, we've got a 5 minute buy come up. What I look for is the market to buy off this 13.40 area and use it to my advantage later on. You can see the market's never come back and tested that area, so I couldn't use it. But there's a couple of ways you can use support and resistance. It's not like you have to be viewing it or seeing it as I've got to use it now or never sort of thing. It's a significant area, and it remains significant today and probably tomorrow and being Monday and so on. Okay, these levels will quite often hang around for multiple days and even weeks. So certainly don't worry about getting on it. Don't have to be too aggressive and using it straight up. So certainly a level I was watching for it to come back and have a look around. We never got there. We pushed up higher. As it got up here, looking at the other markets and seeing whether it wants to go back and break these highs. So on the 5 minute chart, this is where we're dipping back down and looking for some pressure on the upside. A bit of a level that I found for myself was 14.45, 14.45.50. and looking a couple of times the market, just the way the market reacted around it, and as it comes down, you can either look to maybe buy and hold here, or let it come up and push through. So this is what I was looking at here. There's a couple of strong green candles here, and then come back and buy at the 45 level, and then if not there, it's look for it to come back and test it again, which it didn't quite get to there. But this 45 area looked like a good area to go higher from. It pushed a little bit higher, and then we've had this very sideways finish to the day. So an interesting day, certainly a buyer's market. It all sort of happened in the first 5 minutes, and then quite a little bit of action to finish off the day. But even in small action markets, like I said, there's certain areas. So there wasn't any significant support and resistance area in here based on previous action. But what I was looking for is, based on other markets, believing that it was going to go higher, looking for some price within this immediate action that the market keeps reacting to. And if you just look through it, you can kind of see 14.45, 14.40, 45.50 is that sort of level where you can expect it to grip, hold, and go from if it's going to go. Okay, what you want to do is find it as best entry as possible. If all of a sudden you're looking to get up, buy, you got that same sort of feeling, but you buy right up the top here, we're going to be stopped out and then see it go your way. So even if you think this area could possibly go higher, you're looking for the best possible entry so that you don't get stopped out, and you can take advantage of the situation. So many times you've probably had this happen where, I know it certainly happened to me in the past, where I get the area right, but just the entry is wrong. I temporarily get stopped out and then away it goes. So if you're looking to try and learn from that and let that happen to you as little as possible, this is where you're going to really start identifying price action, okay, and watching the price. And with over time, it's an experience thing where just the more you watch markets, the more you'll start to see this sort of thing. And that's the sort of relevant point I want to make there, that even though we got finished off with a sideways area, sideways move, even within this sideways move here, there's still potential to buy or sell, whichever way you looked at it. Anyway, that's a wrap up for Friday. We'll speak to you guys on the Monday.